What's good? Santi with a video for you guys. Took a couple of days off to chill, man. Put my mind towards other things. And this particular video, man, I'm gonna entitle it Reconciliation with the Self. You know, just from what I've seen around me, man, over the years, you know, and you can come across people talking about, you know, being grateful for a relationship ending. But one thing I'm grateful for, and the fact that I have heart, I'm grateful that I didn't have a child by the wrong woman. You feel me? That's one thing I'm grateful for. And recognizing that you're here to fulfill a journey for yourself, for your soul. You know what I'm saying? That's really trying to get you to see that you're here to fulfill a purpose that's independent of your family, society, you know what I'm saying? Their validation, like it's about what you're here to do, your purpose, your particular purpose, not concerning other individuals until you realize and recognize what your place in this world is in relation to other people. When you understand that, from within you, then you can move accordingly. You know what I'm saying? But we have to recognize the different limitations that have been imposed on us. I don't care what anybody says. If you have a child, you can't be completely free. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't give 100% of your time to yourself and completely to yourself. You can't really do that. You know what I'm saying? And you'll see guys having kids and even women having kids before they've even fully developed into themselves. You know what I'm saying? And then as I've stated in previous videos about what happens when people get married and they be married for a certain amount of time, and then all of a sudden the relationship loses its zest. You know what I'm saying? And then they're looking outwardly to find some sense of self when they can only find it within. They're looking for some type of excitement and vitality. You know what I'm saying? That apparently had become missing once they got in their relationship. You feel me? Like after that relationship reached a certain period of time, it started to lose its appeal. You know what I'm saying? And so that's one reason why you have people stepping out and cheating, because, number one, people like novelty, and a lot of us desire human interaction and to be in the presence of others. You know what I'm saying? Some people are introverted, but we're not talking about those individuals. Even the introverted individual has to have a certain amount of human interaction. You know what I'm saying? But it's got to be limited. Man, fuck that. My battery at like 15%, but this ain't gonna be a long ass video. But the beauty of recognizing the beauty in certain relationships ending, you end up avoiding 15, 20 years of pain and suffering from being committed or tied to a person because you got a child. You know what I'm saying? And then you got guys impregnating these women that are socially conditioned and trapped in the world that they have been brought up to believe exists. And they're fulfilling a purpose that is based in capitalism and Maya or illusion. You know what I'm saying? And they have no attunement with their soul. They're not even really living in their purpose. You see people just doing something just because somebody else said do it. And because they disconnected from themselves, they're living a life that makes them unhappy. And so when a breakup happens, appreciate that time that you get back to yourself to just be in your space. Once you go through the emotional turmoil of the separation and the withdrawal, you know what I'm saying? And looking at what if, you know what I'm saying? And then trying to figure out what you did wrong, and you get past trying to get that person back, and you can come to terms with yourself. Then life takes on a new meaning, and you can create what you desire because you come to a deeper understanding of yourself, and you've made peace with that situation. So now you can go forward with a greater sense of self, because now you know yourself enough to where you can separate yourself from that situation, and you can continue creating and gaining more out of life. You know what I'm saying? And so you really have to take time to yourself after a breakup. You know what I'm saying? And in life in general, you know what I'm saying, between work, you know what I'm saying, between just the day-to-day interactions, you got to be able to decompress and relax. You got to be able to disconnect, because if you don't, then you're going to find yourself being depleted and drained of your life force and your energy. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the problems that I have with marriage, in the sense that there are certain aspects of it that, you know, it can take you away from yourself because you having to fulfill the needs of another person. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't do that, then that person can look at you as if you no longer have any value, which no one has the right to make you put them above your own self. It depends on the situation. If you're called to act, you're called to act. If you can help somebody, and if you can do something for them and be of assistance, but we're not talking about that. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about this idea that you're bonded to a person, and you're pretty much bound by law. Fuck, what? No. You know what I'm saying? So when breakups end, a lot of people don't sit and assess the situation and look at themselves like, well, what did I do? You know, saying, who am I? Who have I been in this relationship? Who have I been in this situation? Am I being true to myself? Have I been authentic? Or have I lost myself? Have I lost my balance? Have I lost sight of who I am? You know what I'm saying? Do I recognize that I have a purpose that's greater and not contingent? It's not based on this relationship. This relationship can give you an epiphany, or can give you greater realizations as to what you are meant to do. But you are not that relationship. And that's where people get messed up. They let this marriage become them. They let these ideas and statuses and labels become them. You know what I'm saying? When who you are is truly independent of them. But we're talking about society and its labels, in Western society, and all of these categories and classifications, you know what I'm saying, that are really just meant to confuse you and keep you from recognizing who you are. You know what I'm saying? So reconciliation with the self, like take time to consult with oneself, to consult and go within. You know what I'm saying? And spend time with yourself and be with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because that is how you develop self-love. And that's how you develop self-understanding. And that is how you achieve self-knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I like that. But that is how you gain that higher awareness, man. And live life for you. This is above and beyond that woke shit. Because just like my sister said, man, that woke shit is a facade. That shit is still surface level shit. You know what I'm saying? But you know what it is, man. Y'all too solid. You know that it's all about freedom of the soul. You know what I'm saying? It's all about freedom of the soul. And I can just, it's like I can look around me and just see people being mediocre. You know what I'm saying? And too busy not being able to go out there and assert themselves to achieve the life that they desire. They're still bound by their own mind and the fact that they've given themselves away to things of the lower realm. They've lost themselves to relationships. They lost themselves to trying to get the validation of family members. They lost themselves to, you know, the system. You feel me? So, you know, probably the greatest thing that you could ever lose is yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you must do what it takes to maintain yourself, to not let them take your soul away from you. So that's all I wanted to say in this video, man. You know what it is, ya tu sabes, man. Love, salud.